Greetings, everyone. It's AJ Barce, one half of your gregarious hosts of the Bellingham podcast. Hopefully, every one of you are staying cool in these high temperatures that we have been having the last couple of days. And unfortunately, technology has wrecked this week's episode of the Bellingham podcast. Not just once, but twice. You see, Chris and I did a little bit of a walking tour, kind of getting reacquainted of all the new things that's happening and hopping in downtown Bellingham. We walked the core atriums of our city to bring you, dear listener, an update of all the new things and new restaurants that's come into our new city. And unfortunately, the first time we recorded, well, technology was against us. So, of course, we scrambled the jets, as it were, and re-recorded. And then technology again duped us yet again. This time, overtaking Chris's mic with only something that I could call, if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, Cylons are among us.
I think that has something to do with Prohibition. Do you think so, kiddies?
Sure.
Yeah.
So instead of releasing an episode that sounds like my podcast partner has been abducted by Cylons, or have you listen to an overly synthesized, almost auto-tuned, and heavily filtered episode, what we're going to do is Chris and I are going to revisit that topic and do it as a clean recording. But for this week, I wanted to bring something to everyone because, well, it's been hotter than Hades out, and you're probably wanting something to get your mind off of the heat. So you notice in your podcast feed that this is marked as a bonus episode, or think of it more as a trailer, a teaser. So you'll hear a little bit about what Chris and I had up our sleeve in store for you next week. Hopefully we can hit the pavement again when it's, not thermonuclear outside under the sun. And we'll bring you this topic in its entirety, in all of its 30-minute awesomeness. And until then, enjoy this. Please stay cool. From the breezy list city by the Salish Sea, I'm AJ Barce. Stay cool, everyone, and enjoy this trailer teaser for the upcoming episode of the Bellingham podcast. Well, let's dispense of the pleasantries and talk about the weather. How are we doing, Chris?
Oh, I'm burning up. Not a fan of the heat dome, heat wave, the whatever scorchingness going on. I like keeping cool in many aspects. AJ, what about yourself?
Oh, dude, I'm going to be... So for those that are not in the Bellingham area, this is I think the hottest weekend we've had to date. Basically going to live in Lake Whatcom this weekend.
Sure, and we're all just going to do what we can to make it through.
Yep.
However, the first episode of this series was to get outside. Well, we've already done that, and we don't want to be outside too much, I would say, or otherwise you're going to get a sunburn. We got a bite to eat. We got a drink. But here's the scenario for this episode. You're in town on business. You're attending a conference or visiting family and friends. You've heard lots of good things about the city by the Salish Sea, but you haven't gotten your 5,000 or 10,000 steps. Now what? And what we're going to do, AJ and I, we did a little bit of a walking tour, and we want to focus mainly on the heart of downtown Bellingham for this episode.
So where we started was actually the new Waypoint Park. And that's right near the granary. So, and this is actually kind of the secret weapon. Like if you're new to town, and our downtown, all of downtown Bellingham runs off of parking meters during the work week. It's free on weekends and holidays. But there's two secret weapons here. One is there's an app that you should have on your phone, which is called
Pay by Phone.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Park Mobile. So you want to look for Pay by Phone. It's like a green and white checkered logo, I would say.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the correct license plate number associated with your vehicle that you're in. That's all I got to say about that.
Yes. And so when you have that on your phone, like every city has one. Like when I was in Portland. In the before times, They have one that has a little cat logo. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Montana had one too.
Yeah. So like in our town, be sure you have that on your phone. And yes, there is a convenience charge when you do this. I think they add an extra 25 cents or something to the transaction.
Beats the crap out of a high dollar ticket for illegally parking or time limited parking or whatever.
Exactly. And the other cool feature about it is like all the other parking apps, you get a text message when you're like 15 minutes within striking distance of having to move your car. So that's the first secret weapon. The second secret weapon is Parking at Waypoint Park.
Yes, there's plenty of spots available at this point, at Waypoint at this point. No, it's a beautiful area, and, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. But I guess, that's a beautiful area where you can take a look at the bay from where you're parked, right by the pump track and the other areas we talked about. But keep in mind, anywhere you park in downtown Bellingham, you're blocks away. Oh, by the way, it's like a 20-second stoplight wait should you have to wait to cross the street. But let's start at the Granary Waypoint Park. AJ, what's something new that's come online that we can say hi to?
Well, first, hello, the Granary building itself. Like that, at the beginning of the pandemic, it was just a shell of a building. Literally, nothing was in it. When we walked by, they have the Bellingham Yoga Collective. And I don't think they're online yet. But
coming soon.
For
your stretchability and your Shavasana needs.
Namaste, dude.
Right back at you with a baseball bat, yes.
So there's that, and I think you had talked about that in a couple episodes back. It's supposed to be a beautiful, they're on the upper deck.
The second